Thanks so much, Dana. It is now 6:51. Time for a check of your weather on the ones with Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Jay Polk. Good morning, Jay. John's being a little
I'm just
stinker.
messing with you.
He's a stinker this morning.
Well, the clouds are invading the region, no question about that. So I suppose the clouds are being stinkers too. I suppose this morning, 26 degrees, the current temperature at Sweet Road and Peyton. Look at those dark clouds off in the distance. We've seen some snow in the Peyton area and points northeastward up towards Lyman and Burlington. By the time we finish it off, some of that snow will mix in with some rain because temperatures are going to top out in the upper 30s and lower 40s, 39 in the Springs, 43 at Pueblo, 41 at Canyon City, lower to middle 40s out in the plains, upper 30s and lower 40s between Lyman and Burlington along I-70 and up towards Denver as well. 20s and 30s also in the mountains, 39 for Salida. Not a bad start to our morning in Pueblo. 6th Street and Midtown Circle with our Chieftain studio camera shows a pretty sunrise. It's not until you get further off to the north that we begin to see those darker clouds and, of course, that rain and snow that you saw Dana Molina standing in a few minutes ago. 31 the current temperature in the Springs, 24 at Pueblo, 29 in Canyon City. 20s and 30s are pretty common around the region this morning. Live HD Doppler radar on the full range shows us all that snow east of Lyman over towards Burlington and the Kansas line along Interstate 70. And here's what's happening off in the northeastern part of the county. Right around our Peyton camera, we see a little bit of snow not hitting the ground as of yet, but there is some snow hitting the ground in Monument, which has caused those wet roads. Sky Scan, the satellite and radar, put the maps into motion now to give you an idea of where these snow showers are going, mainly off to the east or east-southeast, heading away from us in the Springs, but it'll be a travel concern for you if you're heading out and about over towards Kansas as we go through the rest of the morning into the afternoon. Watch out for some mixes of rain and snow, not necessarily reflected on our Skycast. It's not until Wednesday morning that Skycast begins to really indicate some heavier snows, mainly to the south of Highway 160, but especially to the south of Highway 50 between Pueblo and Lamar. As you head down into the southeastern corner of the state, there will be good amounts of snow. That'll stretch its way off to the west of I-25 as well, especially in areas off to the southwest of Walsenburg towards the Sangres, where 4 to 6 inches is possible by the time it's all said and done. This is really welcome news over here in the plains as we're still in a pretty significant drought. And as we zoom in El Paso County, we can see the kind of snows that we're expecting over the next day or so. 1 to 3 inches is possible on a fairly widespread basis. This total right here is a bit on the high side, but bottom line is we will see some snow, accumulating snow between the Springs and Woodland Park as you head up into the higher elevations, up into the Rampart Range. 7-day forecast, high temperatures drop off even further as we go into our Wednesday. 40% chance for some of the snow to continue as we go into the morning, into the early afternoon before it tapers off. Then high temperatures rise up into the 40s and 50s. Pueblo, 7-day forecast for you, 40s and 50s later on in the forecast after we see lower 30s on Wednesday, after lower 40s take us through our Tuesday afternoon. Canyon City, temperatures lower 30s on Wednesday. Then as we go through the rest of the forecast, we'll see 40s and 50s, especially beginning Friday, lasting through the weekend. In Teller County, lower 20s on Wednesday, and then it's upper 30s and lower 40s later on in the forecast. There will be some accumulating snows as well on our Wednesday. Not a huge amount of additional accumulation, but enough to make those roads slick as we go through our Wednesday afternoon commute too.
Well, it sounds like we already have a mess. I-25 as you get up to Denver and add snow to the mix. It's not going to be pretty.
Not pretty, I'm afraid.
Thanks, Jay.
You're welcome.